Yo, welcome back to the Common Sense Experience, featured only on the Black Podcasters Network. I'm your host, Chug. I'm here with my brothers, Amir and Pete. What's going down, fellas?
Mic check 1 2. What is this? What's good, folks?
What up, motherfuckers?
All right, yo, this is the show, man, where you can check us out on iTunes, iHeartRadio. We publish shows every week, Friday, 8 a.m. We got some shit coming down the pipeline, working on the website, working on getting the introduction put together. So we moving shit along, man. We moving shit along. Be sure to subscribe. Check out the Facebook fan page at the Black Podcasters Network. We always posting content over there as well, man. So what's up, fellas, man? What's going down, man? How your fellas week been?
It's been pretty good, you know. Obviously, you know, the event of the weekend obviously was the Canelo Triple G fight. You know, that ended in a draw. Controversial draw, you know what I'm saying? I think one of the ladies had it, one of the judges had it 118-10 Canelo.
Yeah, man.
118 to 110 Canelo, so I'm like, okay. You know, okay, all right, Chief.
Right.
But
it was a good ass fight though, man. You know,
it was an actual fight.
It was an actual fight. Yeah, it was what real boxing fans wanted to see, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought Triple G won it, but I'm not mad at the draw. I'm just glad it's gonna be a part 2 coming soon, man. So,
yeah, sort of a Hagler-Hearns feel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I like that. Go in there and fight. You know, I mean, shout out to the, you know, I mean, not the bullshit McGregor fight, though. Shout out to Mayweather, though. He's a technician, though. But, you know, as fans, we like to see a fight.
Yeah.
But why did they ask McGregor? Why did they ask McGregor's opinion on the fight before the fight even started?
Because, you know,
get the fuck out, man!
Entertainment machine, man.
This nigga's 0-1 in his professional boxing career. You asking this motherfucker what he thinks about this Canelo and Triple G fight? Get the fuck out of here, man! Get this Irish motherfucker off my screen, man.
That nigga about to start doing movies, man.
Shit,
wrestling, dude. He about to go to wrestling. Real quick.
You better use that white privilege while you got it. Well,
hey,
why
shit,
you got
it? Shit. I know if I had it, I
would. About to be on the cover of Jeep.
I'm not going to use it necessarily to try to get over on black people, but I'm definitely going to use it to get some advantages. Hell yeah. Fuck that.
Think about to put TV shows out and everything. Think about this on the Netflix deal and everything.
It's what this country is built on. White privilege and nepotism.
Yeah. But
you know, he's white.
Yeah, he can definitely.
Speaking of useless people, before Pete go ahead and get into what's grinding your gears, man. Gotta speak a little bit on this motherfucker Kid Rock, who by the way used hip hop to get his notoriety, and now this motherfucker's a full-fledged motherfucking Confederate flag waving motherfucking Trump supporting motherfucker though, but he was doing goddamn breakdancing and shit when he was living in Detroit. Now it's like he wasn't even you know, living in Detroit at any point in time, though. Whatever. Even though he came from pretty good family, I believe, then went on his own. He still got his notoriety as Kid Rock in hip hop. And so, you know, now he's, you know, well, he's been doing this for a while though, but he done made a whole pretty 180. And then obviously Tom Brady almost has never even heard of Colin Kaepernick, according to Tom Brady.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, and I heard that.
Tom Brady said, "No, I don't even know the fuck you guys are even talking about. You know, what the hell? I mean, but we know that Tom Brady knows how to, you know, tell a lie. So
he knows how to bullshit.
He's mastered that. So Flakegate, Spygate. So, you know, what's kind of your thoughts on that real quick, though? And Pete, you know, I mean, you go ahead, do your thing. Who's grinding your gears, man? But I just kind of want your thoughts on that, man. The whole Kid Rock situation, man. What he said, and then the whole Tom Brady situation.
Kid Rock is trash, so I can really give two shits. And as far as Tom Brady goes, I'm not gonna listen to a grown man who wears Uggs any fucking way. And,
that's a very true statement.
I mean, we know what it is with him. All it is avocado ice cream and football. That's all he's concerned about.
That avocado ice cream.
I mean?
Does that really exist?
I'm sure
I
it
don't
does
fucking
somewhere.
know, bro. It does now, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what it is with these people. You know what I mean? We don't. I mean, personally, we as people shouldn't give a fuck what they got to say, because their silence means everything, and we don't need y'all to speak on it. Fuck you. It's cool. You wanna keep the blinders on? That's cool. We know what it is, and we know how you rock, and we know how you feel about us. So thank you, and keep the fucking pushing. Fuck the Patriots, man.
Chuck?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I share the same sentiments as Pete. You know, fuck Kid Rock.
Ditto.
Yeah, I do. And I mean, it's Kid Rock. Like, I mean, okay. So go to.
He's 45, and his name is Kid. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. He's of little relevance in the grand scheme of things. So is Tom Brady. Tom Brady, you know, we already know what's up with him. And, you know, by him saying, and what's crazy is Skip, the boy Skips. So they were having the conversation, and I think Shannon Sharp asked the question or something about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And they were discussing Tom Brady for about a good 5 to 8 minutes.
Right.
And then Skip comes in and says, well, what about Michael Jordan? How come Michael Jordan do X, Y, Z? How come Michael Jordan? And I'm like, dude, like, first of all, you turned it into a race issue when it wasn't even a race issue. Meaning, we're just asking how come Tom Brady hasn't said he hasn't heard anything about Kaepernick. That was the conversation. And then Skip brings in Michael Jordan, who we know is a coon. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's funny how when you try to have a conversation and to try to exclude race from it, it easily creeps back in. And I think even Shannon Sharp said, "Well, how did Michael Jordan get into this?" Right?
What the fuck? Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, there's a bunch of other athletes you could have brought up. Shit, I mean, I'm gonna go with your boy Peyton Manning. Like, how come Skip didn't bring up Peyton Manning? I mean, we don't know what Peyton Manning is doing. Right. I mean, we don't know what Peyton Manning is doing behind the scenes. But I'm just in the grand scheme of the conversation. Why you bring up a black person? Why not another white person? It don't have to be fucking.
Peyton Manning's a Trump supporter too.
Yeah, right. And it don't even have to be an athlete. Just bring up somebody another white person. Why do you have to bring in a black person to the conversation? We already know there's tons of black people that's supporting the cause of what Colin's doing. Or no, I think no, they were talking about so they were talking about the Colin. My bad. There's been so much shit going on that I almost got confused whether or not they were talking about the Hurricane Harvey shit or like, this is so much shit going on, man. So, but they were definitely talking about the Colin Kaepernick, because they asked Tom Brady, you know, what are your thoughts toward what's going on with Colin Kaepernick, and he said, well, I haven't really been following it. All right. All right, my nigga.
It's just crazy because, like, alluding to also what Skip's doing, he also was like talking about how great of a football player Tom Brady is. What the fuck does that got to do with anything? And we're talking about this particular issue. And you're talking about his football playing skills. Like, what the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? But you know, Skip always does that, makes excuses. You know, for the athletes he likes, and you know, for the athlete he hates. You know, he always finds fault. You know, so that's just what the fuck he does, though. As far as Kid Rock, though, man, like my man Michael Rappaport said, man, get that ba diddy baba bang bullshit the fuck up out of here. And keep that shit moving. Peace, nigga. Cracking, nigga. Yeah, man. So, Pete, man, what's on your mind, man? What's grinding your gears,
man? God damn it, man. Motherfucking, you know what? It's like everything in your childhood is like coming to an end in life, man. Like, first of all, I stand with Jamel Hill. That's number one. It's like it's getting hard to watch SportsCenter, bro. It's getting It's like, this is my fucking ritual, man. I want to do this shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Randy Moss sounding a little coonish lately, man. It's just,
hurting, man. Randy,
going on with our heroes, man.
Ray Lewis, like, these were the players that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Man, like, fuck Ray Lewis, but Randy Moss of all people. I don't know if y'all saw his 30 for 30, man.
Man, I'm not too shocked, though, man. I seen the coon coming.
That's all he dealt with. I'm shocked. I can't lie. That's the reason why his football career was almost fucked up because of a racial situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got into a fight with some high school cats, you know, and before he went to college, and that's why he couldn't go to Florida State. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like he was built the wrong here. So that's just shocking, man. It's sad. But on the real note, it's just this whole Jamel Hill situation, man. I don't know if you're up on it, but Sports Center analyst and writer, the great Miss Jamel Hill, she had some thoughts about Donald Trump. Basically, you know, called him a racist. He's a white bigot. She spoke her mind on Twitter, man, and got a lot of backlash for it. And then ESPN, what they tell between their legs, put out a statement saying all the everything Jamel Hill is saying we do not agree with, and it is not thoughts. This is not our thoughts over here at ESPN and blah blah blah. And it's just fucked up, man. Because first of all, y'all hired Michael Smith and Jamel Hill and put them on Sports Center at 6 o'clock because they were black in the first place. Because you know us real niggas watch Sports Center, and you know this is how you keep the niggas watching Sports Center. But the day they actually put their armor of blackness on and make a statement, now you want them to shut up? Like, man, fuck out of here. And shout out to Michael Smith and the two other Sports Center analysts. I can't remember their name. I do apologize because I don't remember your name. But shout out to Michael Smith, her partner, and the two other Sports Center analysts that refused to go on and work without her. ESPN tried to fire her on the low and try to have, you know, another guest come on with Michael Smith on their Sports Center at 6 o'clock. Michael Smith said, no, fuck that. I'm not rolling. So because of that, Jamel Hill still has a job. She shouldn't be fired anyway, but it's just good to see what we can do when we do hold each other down and support each other. That's how it's fucking supposed to be, man. But, yeah, that's grinding my gears. I don't know what y'all boys got thoughts on it, man, but that shit is crazy to me, man. You hire somebody because they black, but as soon as they go on and show you how real they are with their blackness, you want to shut them down and be quiet. Fuck out of here. And the excuse is politics and sports don't exist. Newsflash, man, it's over. That shit, politics been in sports for years, man. George Bush owned the team. Donald Trump owned the whole fucking football league. Like, come on, bro, this is what it is. Y'all ain't say shit when Tom Brady had a Make American Great hat in his fucking locker during the interview. What happened when politics and stay out of sports then? I'm not trying to hear that shit, man. Shout out to Jamel Hill, man. Keep fighting a good fight. You got people that's rocking with you.
Yeah. Chuck, I want to talk about it. You got anything you want to expound on that?
No, I think Pete, I was going to just mention the Randy Moss shit, but, Pete already alluded to it, man. So that was just a shame when I saw that shit. I'm like, damn, Randy. So, yeah, but then if you look at the people that they're getting to speak out on this issue: Randy Moss, Jim Brown, Michael Vick. Like, come on, Daryl Strawberry. Didn't you say Daryl Strawberry said something about it too?
Crackhead.
Like, come on, like, look, dog, get out of here, like. So yeah, so that's just my beef, man. Like, they're just getting, they're reaching. Like, all right, well, who can we dig up out of the crates? All right, who's in the archives? Let's get Randy Moss to speak on this. Let's get Michael Vick. Let's get coon ass Ray Lewis to talk on it. Fuck out of here, man. So that's it, man.
Where are the white feminists at for Jamel Hill?
Say that again. Ask that again.
Where are the white feminists at for Jamel Hill?
Mm-hmm. Her white partners are kind of quiet. Linda Carlin, you're kind of quiet, sweetheart.
Plenty of people
Rachel
on
Nichols,
TV
you're kind of quiet.
that have called Donald Trump many things as he's been president. Which is bother you? I've heard him be called a protagonist. I've heard him be called an antagonist. I've heard him be called sexist. But when he's called racist, there's a problem. So, which insults can we and can we not call the president?
if I'm not mistaken, didn't Donald Trump back in 2012 accused Obama for being a racist? If I'm not mistaken.
He did. That was when he was president.
He liked to tweet. He liked to tweet. Yeah.
He was president. He also called him a communist.
Yeah.
So which is to bother you? Oh, and it's racism. Because racism goes ahead and points the finger at you people as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know white people aren't used to being called you people, but and again, this is not for the well-intentioned occasions. These are for the evil ones. So just to get that clear, I don't know why we have to keep saying that though, but I say it just for good measure though, because some really do think that we're talking about all of them. So just to get that out there though, but. That aside, which again, where are the white feminists at? I want to see them.
Good question.
Michelle, I haven't seen them yet.
You're kind of quiet. You're real quiet, Michelle. You gotta.
Come on now, where are you at? Come on, let's speak on it. I don't see y'all. Yeah, you talking about Michelle Beadle? Michelle Beadle, the one that attacked Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith said something about women, right? That was actually correct. That he should have said.
Absolutely. Kind of quiet.
I don't see Michelle Beadle. Come on now.
Kind of quiet.
Where's your sports nation? Come on now.
Rachel Nichols. She's trying to get Floyd Mayweather the fuck out of here because he's a woman beater. I mean, she has some points, but pretty much she spoke out on the issues. Why are we not speaking out for our fellow journalist Jamel Hill? I don't get it.
White women are very powerful. For you are the ones who go ahead and birth the white men. So where are you?
Shout out Max Kellerman.
Shout out to Max Kellerman. Always. But yeah, man. That was just my question, man. You know how it is, though, man. Okay, man. Speaking of the bullshit, man. You want to get right into the topics? I got anything else?
I'm ready, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's rock, man.
Rock and roll, man. We have to address the looting that's been going on in Florida. I think mostly in Florida, and during the storms. And it seems like the media is sort of putting out the image, but not sort of. They are putting out the image that it's of black people looting. It's like they did in Katrina and other storms or whatever those situations happen. They show us on TV though, saying though it just so happens they're right there only for us. We see that, and then the first thing we go is, all right, man, looks like these motherfuckers are just trying to go ahead and pick out black people. But then you have some black people that go, well, they shouldn't be living in the first place though. It's like it's a fucking storm.
Mm-hmm.
My house is about to blow away. I'm not going to worry about someone going in the motherfucker and taking my TV. Worried about my safety, man. I can cover this shit back up and get this shit back again. Not worried about that shit. The fucking storm. Gives a shit. Gives a fuck. It's Category 5 storm. They want to go out in the fucking weather and risk death. They get a big screen. That's what you got insurance for. So we see the bullshit though, man. So just to kind of go ahead and expand on that, what's your thoughts on the looting situation? Is it some of us black people that are just being maybe overly sensitive? You think to the fact that they seem to be only showing black people though, and very few white people, if any, or Hispanics, or do y'all see the bullshit? I'm not pretty sure I know your answer though, but just to go ahead and go on it. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's bullshit everywhere, man. Granted, you got a few, you got niggas that's really trying to. Well, let me separate the niggas from the black people. Granted, you do have black people that's really, you really have black people who really need shit. You go into the store, you see them take, shit it's a survival tactic. They gotta get what they gotta get. Then you have niggas that's running in to get the new J's, man. You can't stop them niggas. Some niggas, hey, whatever the fuck. Worry about yourself. But don't sit here and tell me white people and other racial ethnicities, goddammit, are not doing the same shit. And there's actually a video going around showing a whole bunch of white people fucking looting, quote unquote, as as they call us doing, looting and all that shit. So, we know what it is, man. It's the media, diving in their narrative of separation and keeping us separate. That's what it is. You know how this media do. Let's portray these monkeys as motherfucking monkeys, and let's portray these white people as glorified, holier than thou people that's in really need of help. Like everybody in need of help. It divides you. It divide and conquer. It's been like that for years, man. And the funny thing is, bro, we the only race that they do that to. They even separate us within each other. Like, perfect example, man. Traded Truth. Shout out to Traded Truth, man, and Bun B.
Yeah.
Them niggas was out there since fucking day one in a boat, picking up people, trying to call in and get as much money as they can. And do y'all niggas know that Traded Truth is banned from Houston radio still? It's some shit that happened years ago. It was a disagreement between the artists and the people that run the radio. Some shit happened. But this motherfucker is still banned. Like, y'all rather be assholes and keep y'all tails between y'all legs instead of giving Traded Truth information out where motherfuckers can get help. It's like people. American Red Cross don't go to everybody, and I'll talk more about that later. J.J. Watt, millions of dollars. That shit doesn't go to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Traded Truth, like, he's in the trenches. Niggas need his help, but just because he's banned it from the radio, y'all gonna refuse to give out his information. And on top of that, he was the one that brought Beyonce down. He brought Beyonce and everybody else down. But y'all only gonna glorify the fact that Beyonce and Kevin Hart is in the hood doing something, but won't even shout out Bun B and Traded Truth. Like, that's fucked up, man. And that's media for you. They do any and everything to keep us separated amongst ourselves and separated amongst the world, man. We know the bullshit. And trust us, man. We out here and we see the bullshit. That's why you got shows like the Common Sense Experience on the come up to eradicate all the bullshit and what the media is trying to do, man. You know what I'm saying? We know what y'all trying to do. We see it.
Yeah, man. No doubt about it, man. We definitely it's definitely a heavy game that they play, man. Though, man, we got to be up on it, man, to recognize the bullshit. Chuck, man, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, it's it's Pete said, man, it's the media, right? You can't we can't, like, the media only, if whatever image they're trying to portray, that's their agenda, they're going to get that image across. I had put a post on Facebook, which I actually had two ladies on there going back and forth and debating. It was a picture of white people looting. I don't know where the picture was from, but it was I purposely put it on there to kind of prove a point. And one of the commenters said to the lady that was commenting on the post, she was like, "Well, why are we always doing X, Y, and Z? How come during hurricanes black people are looting, and we have to do better as a community and other stuff?" And I was trying to tell her, look, it's not the fact that they were looting that the reason why I was posting it. I was posting it to try and bring light to the situation. The fact that, all right, if they were looting, which I heard they were paid actors, if they were looting, how come there's no balanced image of, okay, well, there's black people doing good, there's also white people who are looting, there's also white people doing good. Why is the only image of that's being portrayed of black people looting? So that's the point I was trying to drive home to her, but apparently, she wasn't understanding. But then her and the other girl got into the debate. The one chick was like, these are paid actors. And she was kind of agreeing with what I was posting as far as, look, this is the image that's being portrayed. And the fact that they were paid actors, if they were paid actors, that even amplifies the fact that, yes, this is definitely an image issue that they're trying to portray of black people during times of disaster. Like, the only thing we can think about is getting Jordans, getting some fresh Nike, some Air Max. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, or not they were paid looters or not, again, I don't know. Again, if it is true that they were paid, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it'll take little shit to surprise me these days, man, because for the type of world that we live in. Like, there's a I don't know if y'all boys heard of it. There's a flat Earth theory that's going around now. Let's just say somewhere down the line, I figured that shit out to be true. I wouldn't be surprised. I like shit because just knowing the type of shit that these people are capable of, people are powers to be. I just wouldn't be surprised, man. It's crazy, man. I always say this, man. Like when you look at some of the shows, like because I watch shows on Netflix, not even just Netflix, shows in period, like in general. Like shows tell us what the fuck is going on. Like they call these fiction shows. You have all these actors and quotations, and they talking about matter of fact, the shit that's coming out in October next month, Geostorm, is about a hurricane and how the government is controlling. Like, come on, this shit is there. There's another show on Netflix called The Blacklist, and The Blacklist it's about FBI, and they're investigating this organization called the Cabal. It's like a secret government organization. It includes government officials and like corporations and world leaders. Like, if you just do a little bit of research, that should exist, but they package it in this fictitious thing called a TV show. Oh no, this shit is not real. This shit is fucking real, man. But because people are so accustomed to a way of thinking, they're so accustomed to, oh well, if it doesn't logically make sense, then it can't be the case. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's just baffling to me sometimes, dog. Like when we had these type of conversations, and some of the shit we talk about, like, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists. All right, cool. Let us be conspiracy theorists and knowing the fucking truth of what's going on, while you stay blinded and stay your fucking ass in the matrix. So, hey, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, these motherfuckers practice a science of evil. They've done that since they've been here. This is what the fuck they do. Media, maniac European devils in action, multi-ethnic destruction in America. What the fuck?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Breakdown you want to do, man, it is what it is, though, man, and it's ironic when when they try to make it seem like blacks and Hispanics are the thieves, and these are motherfuckers. We live in a country right now. It's called the United States of America because they stole it.
Right.
But we're the thieves. Everywhere they go, they steal shit. That's all they fucking do. They either steal the land or they steal the culture, and they steal the resources that's within the land. Shout out to Johannesburg and Kimberley. That makes they get the gold and the diamonds from other parts of Africa. And to the Indians, the indigenous people here, we know who these motherfuckers are. This is what the fuck they do. They are genius scientists of evil. You know the term, you can't bullshit a bullshitter? You can't bullshit white people. They are the masters of bullshit.
Yeah.
Are the creators of bullshit.
The epitome.
You can't out bullshit them.
The epitome of bullshit, yeah.
You can't out bullshit white people. It's just, you can't. You ever tried? You ever been at work? And I can't believe this motherfucker did that. And you be like, damn, there's something inside of me. I can't get to that level. And I know some bullshitting ass black people, but white people are on a totally different level when they get on it. Whew.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Whoa. Oh, man. I said all of them, man, but the ones that do, man, y'all are masters. I'm not. Hats off. Because y'all know how to bullshit. Oh, man. Okay, man. Getting to my next topic. All right. Well, we know with all these natural disasters and these different things that have been going on or whatever, though, and all these things we see on TV and who's dating who and different things, what has been kind of swept under the rug was that I believe it was last month or late July. I'm not quite sure, though. But anyways, our Fourth Amendment right, illusion, was just taken away. I never really had it, but now there's an actual bill that's in place that allows the warrantless search of homes. As of now, it just affects the Virginia, D.C., and the Maryland area, basically DMV area. And Chuck, obviously you having very, very close ties to that area. I kind of want to get your thoughts on that, on that first. And then just to also throw in as a caveat, who the fuck is writing for The Simpsons? I need to fucking know, because
who's writing for The Simpsons?
You can't be that fucking great of a writer and predict everything. These motherfuckers predict everything. And so I just know what I didn't know. But first, Chuck, what's your thoughts on the whole Warrantless search of homes, and where do you think that's gonna lead down to, though? Kind of just throw it, for some humor's sake, on thoughts on the Simpsons, or non-humor, depending on how you feel about it.
Well, so DMV. So for people that are not familiar, so it stands for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you look at the distance between Virginia and DC and Maryland, they're pretty close to. Like I can go through. I can start in. I guess depending where you're coming from, but I mean they're fairly close. But if you look at the demographics of the racial makeup of the DMV area, I'd be confident in saying that they're predominantly African Americans. So the very fact that this bill was passed behind the radar, which is what they wanted you to, which was on purpose, warrantless searches can now just enter your home without a warrant. It kind of feels like, what's that movie, man? It was again, we go back to the movie thing, man. And there's movies that tell us that this stuff is coming.
It's like terrorism.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Because we operate in the public sector, so there's a public and private sector, right? I'm not an expert on this, but so just take what I say with a grain of salt and just kind of do your own research. But there's a public and a private sector, obviously. Because everything we do is in the public sector, that means that we're bound by the laws of whatever they pass, Constitution, but whatever. But then if we're operating from within a private sector, and I heard that there's legal ways for us to move into be a private citizen, to where we are operated by, or we're under the is it common law or contract? It's one of the things like common law or contract law. So
isn't that kind of what the young lady who got shot in her home, Corinne Gaines, was trying to do?
What was her story again? So what happened with her?
She kept saying she wasn't. I remember she was in the car. She kept saying, "I'm not bound by these laws and different things, and certain other laws that I'm bounded by, whatever. Though I don't have to listen to you." I think she had like the paperwork. I got to get back into the story though, but I believe that was kind of her case or whatever though, and they was kind of just following her around and fucking with her and harassing her and stuff like that though. Corinne Gaines. I mean, you remember her story. I mean, you remember her name, all right?
Yeah, I remember the name.
She got shot. Her son was in the house with her.
Yeah, I remember the name. Okay, I got you. I can't remember the exact story, but yeah.
I believe that
so
was
something like
I'm
that.
trying to think exactly what it is.
Yeah. So either she may have been privy to it, or she may have been in the process of becoming a private citizen, and of course, they don't want this because it's. I can't explain it, man. Like this, when you talk about the Matrix, man, this stuff goes deep. There's a couple of guys I follow on Facebook that really talk about this and going private and turning in birth certificates and all types of stuff, and where once you're a private citizen, you legally don't have to have a license plate or a driver's license. It's a lot, man. There's a thing called, let me see if I can look it up really quick, so people think I'm not bullshitting, because it's written into what they call the Uniform Commercial Code. The Uniform, I'm looking up really quick. So the Uniform Commercial Code, it's a body of laws governing commercial transaction in the United States. But it's more than that. This thing is like, it's thousands of pages, man. And you can go online and look at it. Go to www.law.cornell.edu/UCC. And it talks about all this stuff, man. It talks about debt collecting. It talks about negotiable instruments, bank deposits, talks about a whole lot of shit, man, where because we're not privy to it, like we're doing shit that we don't even have to do, right? There's legally ways for us not to pay taxes. Like there's corporations that do it to this day. For example, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. $60 billion. You think they're just donating money and not? No, they're donating the money they get from Microsoft, putting it into this foundation where they legally do not pay taxes. It's not illegal not to pay taxes. There's just loopholes in understanding the system.
Oh yeah. The bullshit is always going to make sure that there's loopholes for them.
Yeah, of course, right? And it's just it's a matter of us going in and doing the research, man. And is it easy to get to that status or get to that private? No, it's not easy, right? I mean, you won't have to. There may be judges that may try and stop you. There's going to be law officials trying to stop you. But if we do the paperwork properly, if we go through the proper channels, if we're willing to make the sacrifice, I mean, we can be on that level to where, all right, cool. Everything's in the private sector. I'm cool. I'm good now. My bad. I forgot what the original fucking question was.
No. You spitting the truth that we need to hear, man. We definitely need to hear what you're saying. And as far as the different laws and everything that's getting passed, though, because again, we're not privy to these things, obviously through the media. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me change that. The devil-owned sex parts of the media. You have to go ahead and search for that stuff ourselves, though, man. So yeah, nah, you missed the point. You answered the question.
Yeah, okay. All right. But I think the second part was the second part was The Simpsons. I mean, it's comical, but it's not. You know, of course, we already know that they. I don't say they predicted. I don't know. Can you call it a prediction if it was already planned ahead of time? Like, I don't. There's a Simpsons episode. I don't know when it came out. Definitely came out before 2016. Definitely 100%. Where Donald Trump was president in the episode. Right. So, man, I don't know. People think, oh, that's just coincidence. Okay. That's cool. So, of all the millions of white people that could have been president, they happened to pick Donald Trump as the president. Okay, cool. Coincidence. All right. so that's it. That's my take on it, man. I like I said, we don't know. Well, I mean, technically, we don't know who's behind the scenes on The Simpsons or what ties they have to whatever political or governmental agencies, whatever. But again, if I was to find out that somebody from the CIA or FBI was on the staff at The Simpsons, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
They are to me. So, Pete, what are your thoughts, man?
Shit, I done said it all. I say this shit every show, man. You know what I mean? Read between the lines when they bring up R. Kelly again, when they bring up some more bullshit, when they showing you Donald Trump tweets, man. Look down low on the Sports Center ticker. In between the lines, you see what the fuck really going on. Like Amir alluded to it, man. They taking away rights that we never really had in the first place, but they legally taking them shit so they can make it legal. You know what I mean? And as far as the Simpsons go, come on, man. I'm way past that shit just being a coincidence now. The motherfuckers predicted everything for the last 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? So, Simpsons is part of the media too, man. Let's laugh this shit off because the Simpsons said it was gonna happen. Fuck out of here, man. Ditto.
Yeah, just to kind of get into the whole Corinne Gaines situation, though. I forgot exactly where it was at. She lived in Maryland, and apparently they used excessive force. They were found to have used excessive force. They didn't get arrested, but they're found to have used excessive force. Though, like, we need to be told that when they shot her in the house, though. But she is from Maryland, and it's kind of coincidence that this starts in the DMV area. Not a coincidence. Yeah. We know what time it is, and so now they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. I got a question for y'all boys. I got a question. Yeah. It's kind of a side note, but since we talking about the shit, the agenda is part of it. The shit that's going on with the wants you to believe. I know y'all noticed it's been all over Facebook. I know y'all know the situation about the poor little girl that lost her life in Chicago, right?
Yeah. Walked to the freezer.
Yeah. Apparently, she walked to the freezer and killed herself, or whatever. I don't know if y'all seen it. Like within the last few days, there's been footage released of her, and it shows like a girl like who's incoherent and like walking towards the freezer and shit, like walking towards the kitchen and shit like that. Damn, I don't know. Like I'm not following the story as much as everybody, but the shit I do see, it's like, to me, I think they made that shit up, bro. I think that's an actress, and I think they hired somebody to portray this girl and play this girl in the video just so they can just so they can act like they got some answers, man. Like, it's too coincidental how the footage dropped after the mom wants some answers and shit. They asking where the footage. The hotel people saying they didn't have footage between certain amount of time, and now y'all got all this footage. And the way the girl is in the video, you know how you can tell when motherfuckers act? Like, if you incoherent and if you more than just drunk and you off drugs, you're not going to have... Y'all need to see the video, man. Like, this chick, it looks like she's about to fall every time, but still has her balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you watch a hangover movie, motherfuckers is drunk in the movie, but they acting. So, you know, they leaning and doing all other types of shit, but not actually being drunk. That's how it looks to me, man. And I call bullshit. I really do call bullshit. And it kind of look like they got a girl that really don't look like her. She kind of looks like a grown-ass woman. And it looks like it's an adult that's portraying this little girl. And the way she's just moving and the shit that's going in the video, it looks like a scene from a movie. It looks like it's being acted. You know what I mean? It looks like how, remember the fucking America's Most Wanted and Unsolved Mysteries? You had the actors portray the scenes and shit. That's how it looks, man. It'd be whack as fuck, and that's how it looked. Like she's a bad actress, man. Like it looks like that. So I don't know if that boy seen it. If y'all did, what's your thoughts on it? Because it ties into what we're talking about, man. These motherfuckers have the power to do whatever the fuck they want to do to make you believe whatever they want you to believe, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Man.
It's crazy.
Like they got the shit now for the fucking like you think if that's in our hands, they got the shit now for the facial shit for the phone, right?
With the face,
the iPhone X, yeah. I was thinking the same
thing. We got
thing.
that shit in our hands. As Chuck said, the public, the fuck does the private sector have?
Right.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers got billion-dollar weapons. You know they're putting shit in our hands that they don't have that's 100 times better? Come on now. Did y'all
hear about the motherfucker? I don't know if y'all heard about this, but it's like somewhere, I don't know where, but they was making like human robots, like artificial intelligence robots.
Absolutely.
They had to shut them down because motherfuckers started talking to each other. They started talking amongst themselves and then started like communicating outside of the programs that these motherfuckers was putting into them. So it's like, come on, man. Yeah, that tells you right there to leave this shit alone.
But they had a movie iRobot.
Shit. Yeah, exactly.
iRobot. Yeah,
exactly. That's real shit. That's real shit, though. You laugh and joke like that's real shit.
Yeah, I know. I like it because people watch iRobot and like, oh well, that's a cool movie. Like, no, man, you gotta look at the messages, man. You have to. You really have to, man. So yeah, and iRobot, sure enough.
Enemy of the State came out in 98, 99. The Will Smith, Gene Hackman movie. I know that boy saw that with all the technology and shit. Imagine, that movie was in 99, nigga. Imagine what's going on now. You know what I mean? They been had this shit. We know what it is.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, shout out, remember, we used to tease Rob with the dude name in the movie was Robert Dean.
Oh, yeah. His name was Robert Dean.
Right.
his name was Robert Dean.
Yeah, that shit, that's how it is, though, man.
Yeah.
It's,
my bad to sidetrack it, man. I just had.
It's sidetrack because it all goes back to the shit that's going on that we are not privy to, and people are not aware of though because they're busy on their fucking phone. I go to the school, man. Kids, when they're off their phones and they actually have to look up, they're like, it's like they're lost. What the fuck am I?
Yeah.
You're out of virtual reality, you motherfucker. It's a motherfucker standing right in front of you. Move. About to bump into me. You can't walk through me. I'm not a hologram, motherfucker. But
at least not yet. At least
not
let's
yet,
say
not yet. I probably do have a hologram of Mirror walking around right now. Yo, Mirror, I thought I just saw you, man, and he wasn't in Bankhead. Just listen. Nah, bro.
We ain't there yet. I'm pretty sure cell phones will soon be projecting holograms of ourselves.
Yeah, that's why people probably be like, yo, man, I thought I saw you somewhere else. Probably did. You probably did. It's a crazy world we live in, man. People better wake up, man. Get right, get tight, man. They get knocked the fuck down. That's how they coming, man. These motherfuckers is just like, fuck it. And they trying to do it under the guise of in the age of Trump. No, this is what it's already been. It's already been in place, man. This motherfucker is just he's just a mirage, man. They want y'all to believe that he just pushing buttons and going like shit. Nah, man. None of that. This shit is already in place, man. That's going down. Trust me. Y'all can believe what y'all want though, man, but you can't say like Farrakhan says, your blood won't be on my hands. We telling you. We spend it to you. We giving it to you real as we get the information. All right, Chuck. What's kind of on your mind before we go ahead and get to the breakdown? You know what I'm saying though. At the our ending joints though, poems, and I got a couple things. You know what I'm saying. Want to go out there. Those anything kind of in your mind though? And do you have a book to suggest to the audience out there?
I don't say I have a book. Well, actually, I may. Hold on. Let me grab it really quick.
This nigga, like a book ain't right by you. Come on, Professor Chuck.
No, I think I may have already recommended it. It's a book on Marcus Garvey about it. Somebody put together. It's like a bunch of his speeches that he gave, and he talks about how his journey from being born in Jamaica to starting the UNIA, which is the Universal Negro. What is it?
I saw you post that on Facebook. You didn't recommend it, but I'm glad you're doing it now because I was interested in it. I wanted you to kind of explain that book. I want to check it out myself.
Put a quick Jamaica plug up in there though.
Yeah, for
sure. It's because what's interesting is I was in 5 and Below last year, and I bought a book. I bought a Steve Jobs biography, or autobiography. I bought a Steve Jobs biography, and I'm like, why am I reading about? I mean, it's not. I'm saying it's not bad that I was reading about Steve Jobs, but I'm like, there's other people who've had a much bigger influence on the world than Steve Jobs. Marcus Garvey being one of them.
They killed him, by the way, Steve Jobs. Just want to let that out
there. Yeah, we knew that was him. It's called So the book is Selected Writings and Speeches of Marcus Garvey. I bought off Amazon. I bought it off Amazon for like $5-10 it was, man. So I just started reading it, only like a few pages in. But it's a really good book, man. And I think that's some of the things that we need to, especially our kids, when we're talking about helping them build confidence within themselves. Instead of them giving them somebody like Steve Jobs or a Beyonce biography, why not somebody who's made a influence on Black people in America, right? Somebody who looks like them. Because again, this is an image thing, right? Growing up, and I told Amir this. I may have said this on the show before. Like, I didn't hear about Marcus Garvey until like 2007 and 8. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man and didn't hear about Mark. Right, that's exactly. He's from where my mother was born, Jamaica. How did I not hear about Marcus Garvey? They call him Marcus the Messiah. They call him the Messiah Garvey. Marcus the Messiah Garvey.
Right.
To get that title, you have to be of some type of influence.
Yeah.
So it's just those other things, man. Where, all right, cool. And I mean, I wish I would have had this information when I was a kid. Right? I definitely would have had a different outlook on life now. But everything happened as it should. And being now that we have this information, with the show, the Common Sense Experience, man, we're talking about these issues. Our kids are going to hear this type of stuff. right? My hope is that a kid will hear this episode and be like, oh, cool. Marcus Garvey. Let me look him up. Who's Marcus Garvey? And you'll see the impact he's had. Right?
Right.
He predates Malcolm X. so that's it, man. But there's one other thing really quick. I know it did a complete 180 on the subject we were talking about. So I went to the movies yesterday to see It for the second time. There was a preview, huh?
Did it suck?
No, it was good. It was actually good. So it was growing up. That was one of my most terrifying movies, but also one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. Like I loved that movie. I think it came out like in the 90s. But they did a remake, and it's actually pretty good. Is it better than the original? I don't know if it's better than the original, but it definitely lived up to its hype. But there was a movie, a preview to the movie called Flatliners. I think it came out in September. It comes out in September. It's about I think they may be college students where they're doing experiments to see what happens after someone dies. I mean, it ends up turning into like one of them like a thriller movies. But in the beginning, like when the first girl went in, and so the premise was, look, they stop her heart and then bring her back after 1 minute. So they did that, and they asked her the question, what happened? Like, what did you see? And they were asking, did you see light? Did you see this? She said she saw pure energy. I'm like, wow, pure energy. Okay, cool. Right. So just that alone should tell us that they already know what's going on as far as the makeup of this world. Like, you know, in the Bible says you when you die, you return to source or whatever. I think I forgot how it phrases it. But long story short, what I'm trying to say is they know what's up. Pure energy. That's what all this stuff is. Pure energy.
Right.
Right. So I don't know why I brought that up, but that just hit me as Amir was talking towards the closing down thing. So Flatliners, I may go see it just to see what the movie's about. So that's really interesting.
Okay. And the name of the movie again is?
It's Flatliners. It's called Flat. I think it either came out or it comes out this month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a remake. Flatliners. That's
it's a remake.
That came out. That came out years ago about like students like killing themselves on purpose and bringing them back to life, like doing some technology shit. Like it's crazy. The old movie was crazy. Kevin Bacon was in it. That shit was deep.
Oh dang! I didn't know that was a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake, bro. That shit was wild, bro. Yeah, if you check the original out if you can.
Yeah, I will. Cool. But yeah, really quick. But it talks about the near-death experiments. NASA has invested hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars into research on near-death experiences. Just so people know that this is not some quasi, some woo-woo type shit. If NASA's investing that much money into investigating near-death experiences, then we need to know that's something that we need to, I will take heed to. At least, what does this mean for humanity? You know, what does a near-death experience do to somebody?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've never had a near-death experience though, but I can imagine it could be pretty fun. I mean, I never had one. Not looking forward to it either. But I've never had one. I have heard people that have definitely had one though, man. And I assume it has to change your perspective a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the good and for the bad, though. Probably.
That's true.
True shit.
Some people go ahead and think they just, oh shit, I survived that, I'm invincible, you know. Or just become more of an asshole. Like, fuck it, nothing can touch me. And then you have some that obviously take the good out of it as well, though, man. And make it as a positive and change their whole life, though, man. But I guess it's all in the mindset and the perspective, though, man. But definitely check out Flatliners. And you said, and then do you remember who the book was written by? For the Marcus Garvey?
Yeah, it's let's see. It's actually by Marcus Garvey. I don't think it was written by Dover Thrift Edition. So I'm thinking it was somebody like a publishing company put it together.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a publishing, but a guy named Bob Blaisdell, Blaisdell, put it together. Bob, he sounds white. I would have to question that if that's the case. I'm just saying, like, not like this. I'm pretty sure there's some tons of authentic white people who are about the the black movement, but writing a book like this, you would have to be as accurate as possible.
You have to at least question it.
Yeah, of course you got to, because Marcus Garvey's an influential person in history.
All right, thank you, Chuck, for that. Though, check out that book. Gonna check out Flatliners, and just before we go ahead and get into the poetry or whatever, though, in the sports talk, just quickly, I just want to have to acknowledge the achievements that have happened for some of the black people. It started with Sloane Stephens, who just won the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. By the way, she's not bad looking.
Not at all.
Digging her, yeah, and but she's got a great energy, great personality. Though she won, she was injured before. I think she was as low as like 245th or something like that on the tour, and to come out and to win the U.S. Open. By the way, on her en route to go into the finals, she beat Venus Williams, though. So I thought that was sort of a great story, a great sort of passing of the torch, if you will. As Serena Williams gets older, and Venus Williams obviously is 34, she's got to be 37, 38. Serena's about 35, 36. She just had a baby. So to see, hopefully she continues with this, just maybe see another, time period. Might not see the dominance, obviously, of Serena or even Venus, obviously, for that matter, in domination of tennis. Hopefully she can at least have a significant run of, a relevant run, if you will, in tennis, though. And so I'm glad to see that, though. Common just won an Emmy. The first rapper to win an Emmy, a Grammy, and an Oscar. Chuck, we know how you feel about Grammys. Chuck said, if you have a Grammy, you're a bitch ass nigga. But shout out to the brother Common, although didn't like the bitch ass remarks you made at the Oscars. Shout out to John Legend for keeping it real. Common, but nonetheless, though, that's a good look to see that inspires other kids to go ahead and do things within the arts, though, and see past just hip hop as just being the only thing that they could do and go onto other platforms. And then I shout out to 50 Cent for making the power move, man. You know what I'm saying? He got more money, man. He did all that shit, though. He got more money, doing his thing, though, from stars, though. So saying get them from all you can get, man, because they're gonna get from you. So get from them. You boys had any achievements that went on during the week, though, or during the weeks that I want to talk about? You want to get right into the sports talk?
I think you handled it, bro. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pete, Chuck, y'all thoughts, man? NFL first week, man. What do y'all take from the first week of the NFL season, brothers?
I noticed a lot of shitty quarterback play.
Shout out to Tom Brady.
It's a lot of shitty quarterback play out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's I noticed that. I noticed attendance is way down. I noticed that. But I do notice that Buffalo has a decent team, and if we beat Carolina today, damn it, I'm not going for this. We gonna embrace the tank shit.
Yeah, either y'all lose all the way out, go 1-15. Right. Though, do not go 6-10, 5-11. I'm not for the bullshit.
I'm just saying we got an offensive coordinator that finally know how to use Tyrod Taylor, get him moving out there, bootlegs, play actions. And I mean, I'm just saying, if we beat Carolina in Carolina, we might as well be all in, man.
Go to the playoffs or tank all the way.
No in between. No in between.
No in between.
It's been, 17 years for us now? How long has it been? 15, 16?
The 99 season, but technically we were 2000, but I don't count that shit. It was 99.
17 years.
Yeah, it's been 17 seasons so far, and this will be 18 if we don't go this year, though. But we're gonna take it a game at a time.
Yeah.
But we're 17 in.
That's
we're 17
crazy.
to fuck in.
That's the current longest active streak, right? in the NFL?
Yeah.
The playoffs drought, yeah.
Yeah, playoff drought. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Chuck, man, did you take anything from this week in the NFL season?
Nah, just the fact, Pete was saying, the numbers are down. What does that mean, or what is that going to manifest into? We don't know. Only time will tell. But it looks like whatever Colin started, they're starting to feel the effects of it. So that's good, a good thing on that perspective. So how they handle it moving forward, only time will tell. But and I was talking, having a conversation with somebody the other day. It's beyond him getting a job now. As a matter of fact, I think he can care less that he wants a job at NFL. Because it's starting to re-spark these conversations of, well, why did he do it in the first place? And of course, they're going to try and skew it and make it about something else other than what it originally was for. But if we keep circling back to the reason why, well, speaking of which, sidebar really quick, you can probably talk about this on the next show. The St. Louis cop was acquitted, the one that shot Anthony Lamar Smith. Yeah, so we can probably talk on that on the next show.
Oh no, we're definitely going to talk about that on the next show.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, I would say overall it's a good week from a Colin perspective. Let's just say Colin perspective, as far as the impact that he's made with what he did, standing up for a noble cause.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Marshawn Lynch for that stiff arm. That was mean. Good to see Beast Mode back.
Thanks.
Bills won, so we'll take that. Take that in stride. You know what I'm saying, though. Jesus, you know what I'm trying to think, man. Was it really any overly stellar performance? I think Brown played. He balled out for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He balled out. I don't think he dropped the pass. I think he had 11 catches or 10 catches or something though, 10 for 10. So he balled out though. But
beast, man.
Yeah, the boy he's just an animal. And imagine if he had Julio Jones or Calvin Johnson, it's just height.
Yeah.
He's a short dude. What are you 5'10", 5'11"?
5'8". He's
shorter. He's so he's in our range,
yeah.
basically. I mean, shit. Yeah, that nigga. Okay. Yeah. Besides that, though, I didn't really see anything still. I don't know if there were any good rushing performances. Defensive, I think T.J. Watt, again, Pittsburgh. He played. He had a hell of a game, 2 sacks and an interception, though. But
yeah,
that was pretty much it, though. Shout out to Deshaun Watson getting his first win Monday. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got for the season, though, man. Any other sports stuff you want to talk about, Peter? You want to get right into this poetry?
Shit, go ahead and give him some words of wisdom real quick, bro. We think we good on the sports.
Huh?
I think we good on the sports.
Go ahead. You want to go ahead and knock it out?
Yeah.
All right. Right, y'all. Okay. Today I'm gonna do a little short joint. It was around May of late May, mid-May of 2014 when we lost the great Maya Angelou. I wrote a small poem to her though, so I'm gonna go ahead and spit this joint. All right, short ode to Maya Angelou. You showed us direction with every collection of every word you spoke. You touched us like a grandmother's affection. Heaven sent blessing. Through every vile trial and transgression, it were your words that inspires courage for today and hope for tomorrow's progression. Heaven sent blessing, and through your eyes still I rise. I know why the caged bird sings now, because you gave it hope it could fly. Immovable force that stays steady the course. Phenomenal woman, no, phenomenal queen. And it's you that every black woman knows what it is to be phenomenally. And that was wrote to Dr. Maya Angelou. Rest in peace, though, to the ancestor.
That's real. That's dope. That's real, bro.
Yeah.
It's real. I like that. Well, I got kind of a dedication. I got kind of a dedication myself, but it's kind of different. I mean, rest in the sky, Maya Angelou, she was one of the greatest. But this is dedicated to the Coons. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for letting us know who y'all are. So, pardon me a bit, haven't spitting it in a while. Let's get it. Childhood heroes turning into Mike Vicks. I don't understand the logic. Somebody come explain it. Cut his hair to get a job, keep your hands up when cops come. All sounds like the same shit, but yet we still getting pissed on. All I got is AI now, and that's it. Real niggas to the core who not about that cool shit. Sad thing is, I looked up to number 7. Now put him on the bench with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly records. Damn it, man. Cut off your balls to save face. Now Nike won Lonzo for $100 million and Mike Vick in the second place. Damn shame.
Yeah, shout out to that, man. The quote Hanson, coon bop the dip bop the coon bop coon, yeah. All right, yeah. I like that one, Pete. Keep that one. Keep that one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. All these fucking coons, man. But enough about them, man. That was a great show, y'all, man. Just put on there, man. Pete always close it out, though. But, I know God loves y'all. I barely tolerate y'all, though, man. And it is what it is, though, man. So do your thing.
Cheers with the tears, man. Any final words before we dip out, Chuck?
No, man. Like Amir said, man, great show, fellas, man. As always, man. Enjoyed, kicking it with y'all, man, during these conversations because they're important. We need to have them, and you won't hear this on any other show. Period.
That's real shit, man. Great show today, fellas. It was good stuff. Let's continue to grow. You can check us out iTunes, iHeartRadio under the Common Sense Experience. Check us out on Spreaker, or you can catch our Facebook page, website coming soon. Just look out for us, man. Great things coming. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to grind. We're going to try to get some call-ins, man. Check whatever y'all got to say. Voice your opinions, your thoughts. We're going to link up with y'all, the audience. So just stay tuned, man. Check us out. 2 Fingers means peace, and we'll see y'all next week.